Hello, my radiant soul. I'm Luna Celestine, and if you're watching this, something in your spirit is already responding to the call. Today is not just another date on the calendar, it's a celestial opening. On the morning of June 22nd, as Venus embraces the moon at dawn, a quiet yet profound shift begins to unfold. This is not the kind of energy that demands action. It invites surrender. It doesn't push you to achieve more, fix more, or be more. Instead, it asks you to feel, to soften, to remember. Leo, you are ruled by the sun, but today you are being asked to listen to the moon, to enter the stillness within, the space where emotions you've tried to control finally rise to the surface, not to overwhelm you, but to free you. There's no need to chase clarity, validation, or love. You've been running on overdrive for too long, trying to hold things together, trying to be the source of light for everyone else. But this portal doesn't require your strength. It requires your truth. The power you seek doesn't live in doing more. It lives in realignment. When you stop forcing and begin trusting, when you stop running and begin listening, everything you've been longing for starts making its way to you, not because you worked harder, but because you finally returned to the frequency of your own soul. And in that stillness, in that wholeness, your magnetic field recalibrates. This is not a day to perform. This is a day to remember that you are the light, the source, the center, the sun itself. So, as we step into this reading, let's do so with an open heart and a grounded spirit. You are not here to prove your worth. You are here to embody it. Let's begin. Finances. There's a quiet truth rising beneath the surface today, and it speaks directly to your relationship with abundance. The anxiety around money that's been following you like a shadow, it's not because you're incapable or behind. It's because somewhere along the way, you started measuring your worth by external outcomes, by numbers in a bank account, or the validation of others. But today, you are being asked to shift the metric, to stop asking, how much do I have? And start asking, how open am I to receive? When Venus touches the moon, your value is no longer up for negotiation. It is remembered. There may be a financial opportunity coming, an offer, a partnership, a moment of clarity or breakthrough that arrives not because you chased it, but because your energy is finally a match for it. Something or someone may come forward with what you've been hoping for all along, but it will only land if you believe you are worthy of ease, of support, of expansion. The energy around you now is not one of striving, but of allowing. This is the moment to release the inner critic who tells you you're not ready, not qualified, not deserving. That voice is not yours, it's inherited. What's yours is the quiet wisdom that reminds you your presence has value, your gifts have weight, and your light is needed. You don't need to prove anything to claim abundance. You only need to stop closing the door every time it knocks. If a new stream of income opens, a loan gets approved, a debt is forgiven, or unexpected help finds you, don't question it. Don't apologize for it. Accept it with grace. Let your receiving be the ritual. Let it be the confirmation that the universe is not late. It was waiting for you to believe again. And if the resources don't show up in physical form yet, don't assume they've been denied. They're being prepared, and so are you. This is not about luck, it's about alignment. And today, that alignment begins with trusting that your needs matter, your time is sacred, and your dreams are not too much. You are not here to hustle your way into survival. You are here to remember how to thrive. Career. Sometimes the most important turning points in your path don't come as dramatic upheavals or loud announcements. They come quietly, in the form of a message you almost ignored, a conversation that lingers in your mind, or a subtle nudge from within that tells you, this no longer fits. Today, Leo, you're being offered one of those moments, not a demand to leap before you're ready, but a soft invitation to pause and ask yourself, am I simply completing tasks, or am I creating something that truly stirs my spirit? The path you've been walking has carried you far, and it has taught you much. But the fire within you, that solar force that animates everything you do, needs more than structure. It needs meaning. And if you've felt restless in your current work, uninspired by routine, or quietly questioning whether this is all there is, that's not a flaw. That's guidance. That's your intuition trying to get your attention, whispering that your gifts are evolving and your soul is ready for a different kind of engagement with the world. You may receive something today, a call, an email, a comment in passing, that seems small on the surface but is actually a door, not a random coincidence, but a direct result of the inner alignment you've been cultivating, even when you didn't realize it. And that door, Leo, won't look like certainty. It may look like risk. It may require you to let go of the predictable, to trust that even if you don't know the entire staircase, the next step is enough. This is where courage meets clarity. Trust your inner compass. The mind will ask for guarantees, but the heart will offer a direction. Follow that direction, even if it scares you, especially if it scares you, because the version of you that is emerging, the one who is ready to lead, create, inspire, is not waiting for permission. They are simply waiting for you to choose, not safety, but authenticity, not perfection, but purpose. So if something calls you today, a spark of inspiration, a job listing, a project, a new collaboration, listen closely. Your future may not be built by certainty, but it is always shaped by willingness. You are not meant to clock in and disappear. You are meant to rise, to contribute, and to light the spaces you walk into. Let today be the day you say yes, not to what's easy, but to what feels undeniably yours. Your body has been speaking to you, even if you haven't quite known how to listen. The tension in your shoulders, the fatigue that lingers even after rest, the sense of emotional weight that seems to settle into your bones. None of it is random. These are not just physical symptoms, they are signals from the soul. Quiet messages asking you to come back home to yourself. In a world that constantly urges forward motion, your inner world is asking for a moment of stillness. Today's cosmic alignment, the gentle union of Venus and the Moon, reminds you that healing does not need to be dramatic or immediate. It begins in the quiet, in the soft rituals you so often overlook. It begins when you allow yourself to breathe without rushing, when you sit in silence without needing to be productive, when you pour a glass of water and drink it slowly, as if offering nourishment not just to your body, but to the weary spirit within. You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need to solve your past or undo years of pressure in a single moment. What you do need, however, is to notice. To notice when your energy feels drained, when your sleep is disturbed, when your thoughts become heavy and sharp. These are not failures. They are invitations. They are reminders that your nervous system needs care, not control. That your heart, too, needs tending. Not discipline, but softness. So take a moment today to ask yourself gently, what does my body need from me now? And then give it without guilt. A warm bath, a nap in the afternoon light, a walk without purpose, a few tears that were never given permission to fall. These small acts are medicine. You don't need a 10-step plan to heal. You need presence, kindness, and the willingness to believe that taking care of yourself is not a luxury. It is the foundation for everything else. Or your body is not against you. It's not broken. It's doing its best to carry you through everything you've been holding. Offer it the same grace today that you've offered everyone else. Let yourself rest, not because you've earned it, but because you exist. And that is enough. Family, there are certain days when the past rises like a tide, not to drown you, but to soften you. Today carries the frequency of memory, of reconnection, of the quiet ache that comes from missing someone you can no longer reach, or realizing there are words left unsaid between you and someone still here, whether it's a sudden longing for home, a wave of grief for someone who has passed, or an unexpected message from a person you thought had drifted too far. This is not a coincidence. It's a call to open your heart. Forgiveness may come today, not in grand declarations, but in gentle gestures. A text that arrives out of nowhere. A memory that reawakens your compassion. A shift in how you view a wound that once felt unbearable. And if you feel tears rise without knowing exactly why, let them. Emotion is not weakness, it is truth. And family, in all its complexity, often touches the deepest truths within us. You don't need to hold it all together. You don't need to be the strong one today. If something stirs inside you, whether it's the urge to reach out, to speak, or to simply sit with a feeling that's been ignored, honor it. Healing often begins not with fixing, but with sharing. With saying, "This still hurts," or "I miss you," or simply, "I'm here." And if the family you came from doesn't feel like home, know that your soul is still creating one. Through chosen bonds, through kindred spirits, through every person who sees you and says, "You don't have to pretend with me." That too is family. That too is sacred. So whether you are reconciling with someone you love, grieving someone you lost, or simply learning to forgive yourself for the things you couldn't change, let this be a day of softness. Let this be a day when your heart is allowed to feel, and in that feeling, allowed to heal. Compatibility. Today, your heart is more open than usual, and certain energies will naturally resonate with yours. Sagittarius, Aries, and Libra bring out something expansive in you. They mirror your fire, your honesty, and your desire to experience life with boldness and beauty. These are the signs that encourage you to speak your truth without apology, to laugh a little louder, and to love with fewer conditions. Their presence feels like movement, like sunlight through a window you forgot you opened. But not every connection flows without friction. Taurus and Scorpio may challenge you today, not because they don't care, but because they operate differently. If you feel tension in communication or find yourself misunderstood, pause. Let patience be your offering. Not every disagreement needs resolution today. Sometimes what's needed is simply space to breathe. And remember that we all hold different truths, and that's okay. Lucky color, sunset orange. This isn't just a color, it's a feeling. Sunset orange carries the warmth of a closing day, the glow that remains even after the sun dips beneath the horizon. It speaks to confidence, passion, and the kind of radiant energy that doesn't ask for attention. It simply draws it in. Wear it, surround yourself with it, or visualize it when you need to return to your center. This shade doesn't shout, and so do you. Sacred number 22. The number 22 is not random. It is a sacred symbol of harmony, inner symmetry, and divine balance. It reminds you that even when life feels uneven or uncertain, something deeper is always guiding you towards stability. This is a number of building, of foundation, of alignment. When you see it, know that you are being supported, not just by the universe, but by the version of yourself you are steadily becoming. You are not off track. You are being redirected, back to the center, back to truth, back to you. And now, as we reach the end of this sacred space together, I want you to take a moment, just a breath, to acknowledge how far you've come. Not just in the material sense, not just in what you've accomplished or overcome externally, but in the ways you've stayed soft while being strong, in the ways you've continued to show up for your life, even when your heart felt heavy or uncertain. That kind of strength doesn't always get recognized, but I see it in you. The stars see it too, and they're responding not with judgment or urgency, but with quiet guidance and unwavering support. Today's energy isn't asking you to fix yourself. It's not asking you to leap into action or manifest a new life by sheer will. What it's offering you is a threshold, a subtle but powerful point of return, to return to your body, to your breath, to your needs, your boundaries, your joy, and most importantly, to the light inside you that never left. even when you forgot it was there. That light is your compass now, not someone else's roadmap, not society's timeline, but the rhythm and truth that live within your own chest. Let that be what you follow. And if today brings emotion to the surface, let it rise. If a wave of grief, nostalgia, love, or longing meets you in the quiet, meet it back with presence. Nothing is wrong with you for feeling deeply. In fact, your ability to feel is your greatest gift. It's how you stay connected to your soul. You are not here to shut down or harden just to survive. You are here to evolve without abandoning yourself in the process. This journey, this entire human experience, was never meant to be perfect. It was meant to be honest. And healing doesn't always look like resolution. Sometimes it looks like breathing through what hurts without needing to hide it. So as you go forward from this space, take this message with you, not as a to-do list, but as a reminder. You are not lost. You are being realigned. You are not running out of time. You are arriving exactly when you're meant to. You are not falling behind. You are learning to move at the speed of your soul. Trust that. Trust that everything you've released has made space for what is now being drawn toward you. Not because you chased it, but because you became ready to receive it. And that readiness doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from remembering who you are when you're not performing for anyone else. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. I love reading the reflections you share, and I carry them with me as I prepare each day's reading. And if you feel called to return here, to this space of light and remembrance, don't forget to subscribe. We're building something beautiful here, together. A community of hearts, navigating a world that so often forgets how sacred we truly are. Until next time, may your rest be deep, may your truth be louder than your fear, and may you always know that your presence is a gift, not just to others, but to the universe itself. I'm Luna Celestine, and I'll see you again when the stars whisper your name.